Okay, so final question. Which piece of public art would you hop on a train to see? Charlie.
I knew you were going to ask this question before you asked it, and it's been a really wonderful time thinking about the artwork that I might select. And actually, I'm going to select the first one that came into my mind, and it's local to St Pancras International, and it is a Tracy Emin piece outside the Foundling Museum. It's a very, very small child's mitten. The piece is called Baby Things, in brackets mitten, that she did when she was producing some work with the Foundling Museum. And I think it goes back to that idea of a chance encounter. If you don't necessarily know it's there, you might disregard it. You might think it's a real mitten. It is created to kind of look like a real mitten. And that idea of sometimes those small little prompts to an interesting narrative can take you somewhere else. So for me, it's that piece by Tracy Emin.
Samina?
Love that. So I'm afraid I've been a bit naughty, and I've done two, but one is in the UK and the other is international. So that was my get out. So feel free to mark 5 points off. So the first one is an artist whose work I absolutely love generally, Anish Kapoor. And it is his Cloudgate, more locally known in America, in Chicago, as The Bean. And the reason I selected this work, and also the UK piece, it's about work that people can interact with and move around, and it positions itself very much within a space and reflects that space. And I just think there's a joy to work that you can kind of observe on multiple levels, and where a work becomes a feature of its setting that is in conversation with its setting. And so I love that about The Bean. But there's a work that I've not yet seen and really want to see, The Singing Ringing Tree, which is a panopticon, and it's by Mike Tonking and Anna Lou, and it's part of for a series of 4 that was developed by Mid-Pennine Arts, and it's a piece that sits in a landscape, and the material was taken from an old building. It's made up of aluminium, and when the wind works its way through it, it sings. And I just think there's such a beauty to that relationship between a piece of public artwork, the landscape, and then how people can then interact with that. And there's something lovely about going on a walk and you come across a piece of work that you can engage with and listen to and experience in that way. So, sorry, I just couldn't decide between those. But darn it, I'll have both.
Well, I also had a second one.
Go on. Go.
So I'm going to say it as well. It's the Anthony Gormley on Crosby Beach. It's another piece of work that I haven't seen either, but I really want to see for the exact same reasons you just said, for that idea of like, I want to encounter this kind of magicness, this weirdness on the beach, where it's sort of you reflecting on yourself, reflecting on this space, reflecting on our existence, reflecting on the wider world, reflecting on climate change. I think I really want to see that. So I had a second one too.
It can be a weekend trip.
Exactly, fine.
Thank you both so much. It was fantastic to learn more about the project and both of your practices and what drives you both and how you've collaborated together to create a project, Keyhole Wires, that's set to be really exciting and to activate a whole new type of space within St Pancras International. How do we stay updated on the progress of the project and when the final announcement is going to be made in January?
We're doing regular updates on most social media channels using the hashtag Keyhole Wires. So that's probably the easiest way to find out more information and follow our updates.